Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms. The
QAnon tingled thriller
about child trafficking is designed to appeal to the
conscience of a conspiracy adult boomer. All right, that's what they want to say.
How did a movie that is spreading awareness and exposing the actual truths behind child trafficking is becoming a political statement for the left against the right? Now, with the word QAnon being thrown around everywhere, let's look at the definition just so we're all familiar with what it actually means. QAnon is an American political conspiracy theory and political movement. It originated in American far-right political sphere in 2017. QAnon centers on fabricated claims made by anonymous individual or individuals known as Q. So they're all calling it a conspiracy theory, but at the end of the day, the final destination of these children is the United States, where unfortunately kitty corn is very, very popular and most demanded. But instead of talking about kids getting trafficked and true stories that are happening as we speak, no, the world just needs to lose their shit over a black mermaid and other manufactured problems created by today's society. You got fat phobia, you got transphobia, you got whatever phobia. I don't know what they came up with. I'm not keeping up. Kids trying to identify as animals.
children in schools across Britain are now identifying as cats, horses, dinosaurs, and in one case, a moon. A reminder of the leaked audio recording that brought the bizarre scandal to light, featuring a teacher reprimanding children for refusing to accept a classmate's decision to identify as a cat.
If they want to identify as a cat or something, then they're like genuinely unwell. Yeah, they're crazy.
You're questioning their identity.
I wasn't questioning. I was just saying about the gender. I didn't say anything about them.
But where do you get this idea from? There's only two genders. Gender is not linked to the class that you were born with. Gender is about how you identify. That you identify with the gender of the sexual organ that you're born with or you're with. That's basically what you're saying. Which is really.
You have men trying so hard to get into women's spaces.
I'm asking you as a mother, do not use female spaces.
And I'm very uncomfortable.
It makes women and girls feel very uncomfortable.
As a mother,
you are not, how dare you?
As a mother, I am very... You're not a mother. You'll never birth your children, you are not a mother, Dawn.
Right, and then we have a woman that can't even explain what it is to be them without using the word woman.
Tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't.
What is a woman?
Yeah. Great question. I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that.
Because it's not for me to say.
You know, it's a combination of your physical attributes and then what you're showing to the world.
Is someone who says that she is a woman.
Womanhood looks different for everybody.
Some women have penises.
Her penis, you bigger.
It's an adult human female, by the way, just in case you forgot, or in case you haven't watched the Matt Walsh's documentary of What is a Woman, which you really should. It's free on Twitter. Go look it up. It's free. So not only did the media do a horrible job of covering this movie and what it really is about,
is being marketed to either specific QAnon believers or to people who believe all of the same tenets as QAnon, but claim they don't know what it is.
And The Sound of Freedom does focus on a real issue of sex trafficking. But that theme, it's sort of like that kernel of truth that feeds the QAnon conspiracy theory. Tell us how those two things work together.
Sure, and the most durable and the most believable conspiracy theories are not entirely false. There's something in them that is true and the rest of it is false, but the believers point to the one true thing and they say, oh, you don't believe that this particular thing is true. In terms of child trafficking, we know trafficking is real. We know it has real victims. No one is denying that. But these films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high...
You have disgusting people like Hassan Piker that just have to go and give their 2 cents.
Being upset about a movie exposing child sex trafficking and thinking you're the good guys. Dude, it's a movie, man. It's fake, dude. It's fake, brother. You're doing the same shit that Radlibs do when they're like, you didn't like this particular movie that has a great message? Like, that. Well, that says a lot about you. Oh, no. It's actually just like a movie.
Because God's children are not for sale.
That's
God's
the,
children
that's
are not
the
for sale.
bar. God's children are not
That's a
for
sick
sale.
line.
Fuck those kids.
Yeah, for sale.
Those kids are actually for sale. Ow.
Fucking bargain.
Yeah, they only want God's children. They got they're the best to kidnap and traffic.
First of all, Hassan, advocating against child trafficking is a really weird flex. And to say the movie is not based on true events and it's just a movie, it's just a blatant lie. And I feel like you should be held accountable for that. I personally feel like anybody that's against this movie for whatever reason should just be shunned and ignored until their mind is set straight. And that they see that this is not just a movie. It's not just a money grabber. It's not just anything. It's a literal message for help. It is a literal message for people to let them know this stuff is happening and it's only going to continue unless we do something about it right frickin' now. I really hope that all the hating ass dumb fucks, first of all, I hope that not only do they not procreate, but I hope that if they ever do, that they are never going to bed at night wondering where their child is and if they're alive or not. Now I wanted to just end this video off on one note. As a parent, it is in my nature to, of course, protect my child. But as a human, I feel like it should be in everyone's nature to know and understand that children are so fragile, they're so delicate, they're so innocent, and they need our protection. If a person can look at a child and see anything but a child, and I'm not going to go into details because I can't utter the words, but you all know what I'm saying, what I want to be saying. Not want to be, but what I'm trying to say here is, if you see a child for anything else than a child, you do not deserve mercy. You don't deserve human compassion, and you don't deserve to see the light of day. And I really hope that everybody can stand together on this when I say child trafficking is wrong. Human trafficking is wrong. And the only thing that's wrong about The Sound of Freedom is the fact that it took a movie for this conversation to get started.